Good afternoon, good evening. Good evening, isn't it? Good evening, welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this evening. Now, this is a bit of a different video. It's going every season over the last 5 seasons or so. I have always tried to update the channel. I've tried to bring in something extra to the channel, and last season we went all in on the watch alongs. And then when we're doing the watch alongs, we invested a lot of money into getting live data. And all that costs cash. And there is a bit of breaking news. The breaking news is that Celtic have upped their offer for Mika. And it looks like Celtic are trying to get the Mika deal done tomorrow. But enough about that, because it's not really about Celtic. It's about the channel, and it's about the running of the channel. I am an independent channel. There's no sponsors on this channel. The channel is self-funded, along with software to run the channel. There was also last year a big cost of doing the lives and the watch alongs. Now, I've looked at the data. I always run things on the data, and I'm going to be honest, the watch alongs were, from a financial point of view, suicide. When last season, the data and all the live stuff that was all coming through on the watch alongs was fantastic, and it was great to have, and it was about taking the channel to the next level. And I thought that doing that and doing the watch alongs and having all these fancy screens, and then you see a lot of the channels down in England do it, and it looks great. I know the live data is coming through and all the rest of it, but I didn't realize how much it cost. And I went to another company, and this just over the weekend, and it's unbelievable. I mean, you're talking about £300 a month for the package that I was looking at. And I'm going to be honest with you, the watch alongs don't cover that. I know on each individual watch along, but I've got the data, and I looked at the data, and I thought, is it worthwhile doing the watch alongs? Because I'm going to tell you something, just between me and you. The videos, the team reveal videos, are actually bigger than the watch alongs. And the fact that I'm in a foreign country and there's always a delay coming through, and then there's a delay with YouTube putting it out, and then you're always around about 4 or 5 seconds behind. Sometimes it's even longer. So with that being said, I am going to change the way that the channel is run. Fortunately, the system that we have now, this was all built by me, the live clock and everything. That all the coding was done by me for that. I've been trying to keep up the high level that's expected from the channel. You know, the graphics and everything. So it will be something, and it will be something that we'll be keeping. But the watch alongs will be getting ditched for the majority of the games. I think we'll do the watch alongs for the Champions League games, and obviously derby games, maybe Hearts games and things like that. But for the majority of the season, it puts so much pressure on you doing a watch along for a couple of hours, and then the quality of the reaction video, the full-time reaction video, my throat's done after 2 hours of doing a watch along, and then trying to do a reaction video. And I felt that the reaction videos last year just didn't get the point across, because you're watching the game and you're commenting on the game and you're talking to people during the game, and then you see that people during the watch alongs, in all reality, they're watching for maybe about 6 or 7 minutes. I see that people don't stay on for the whole watch along. So it makes you think whether, from the financial point of view, because let's face it, this channel is an income stream for me, because I do this channel full time, and you've got to make sure that it gives a decent return. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change it up. We will be keeping the team reveal because that's the big one. That's the one that would really get the views at. I will also now be doing a halftime show rather than a show during the watch along. And I will go into the comments. I'm not reading the comments as yet, but I will go into the comments for feedback because the channel has always been, and it's been important to me to make sure that you, the viewer, you are the ones that have grown this channel. You're the ones that watch the videos. You're the ones that give me the feedback, and you're the ones that make it absolutely fantastic. A bit like Mark, who has been a member for 13 months. And as you can see, we've got the new bit for the chat this season as well. So there's a lot still going on with the channel. There is a lot, and thank you for being a member for 13 months because it's things like the membership that are important to the channel as well. Just curious, how many One Celtic fans do we have here in North America? I have no idea. So yeah, anyway, right, the cuts of to cut a long story short, I looked at all the data this afternoon. I should have done it a lot earlier in the season and in the summer, but I never really thought about it because I was unsure the way. I just don't want to spend 300 quid on software that's getting used once a week. I just don't think that the return on that investment isn't worth it in Scottish football, sadly. It's nothing to do with the viewers, it's nothing to do with the channel. I just think in Scottish football, £300 a month for all singing and all dancing software to give us live up-to-date stuff during the watch along, and especially when I've got a delay in the TV coming through because obviously I'm in a different country. If I was in Scotland, to be honest, I'd be jumping on it all day long because the data would land a lot quicker. And you would think with the modern day of technology, you think it would all run congruent with itself, but it doesn't. So rather than go through games, and there was many games last year, and folk are like, mate, you're about 10 seconds behind. I was like, it's not a fucking commentary you're watching, mate. It's a watch along. You know, and I think that people don't understand the concept between watch along and watching it on Sky Sports and getting commentary. I think that's people in Scotland have a big difficulty with that. When you look at the watch along channels down south, I mean, there's channels that are getting hundreds of thousands of views every single live that they do. And fair play to them because I know how hard work it is. But I've made the decision, and the channel has grown from strength to strength over the year, and it will this year. What it will do is it will allow me to get out a lot more content and a lot better content as well during the lives. So I will be still investing in a whole new load of stuff that will still give us stats and everything. So don't worry, we're not going just plain channel, and it's it's madness to run a business at a loss. Well, it's not running the business at a loss. It's just you taking into consideration the cost of the videos, and I just don't. It wasn't worth it. It just wasn't worth it over the course of the month, you know. So it is what it is. But it's time for a sponsor. You're big enough and good enough, someone to do it. If someone wants to sponsor the channel, they could get a they can get in touch with me if they want to sponsor it. It's something that I would look at, but and they could But it's hard enough doing YouTube and especially when you're doing it yourself. I've got a big respect to every YouTuber out there, every channel out there that does do it themselves, because it's bloody hard work. You have, obviously there are bigger channels out there that get bigger views and have more income streams, but I'm trying to keep this as all about the fans and the people on the channel as much as possible. So I'm going to jump into some of the comments, and Baz, That's the strip that I got stolen off the washing line years ago. But if I'm being honest, I love the new Bumblebee top. Yep, this is the original, and it still fits me like a glove. Absolutely fantastic. How's my summer been? It's been fantastic, actually. It's been, well, summer's just getting started here. August is summer holiday season. So you've now got a month of everything's just madness because everybody's on holiday. So, hail come from sunny Benidorm, lovely part of the world. If you like that kind of thing, that's fine. It's just it's madness up there, and it's not my cup of tea. Danny Cassie's in with a £1 super chat. Thank you for that. Halftime show's a good idea. The watch along's no good with YouTubers. Hard to follow what's going on. The watch alongs, I loved doing the watch alongs, and you know what? I loved getting the reaction cuts and stuff. But even then, when you do the watch along, and then if I've got to then do a reaction video, and then I've got to sit and go back, and then I've got to try and do a reaction video. It's I mean, this is basically it's a full-time job as it is, but it puts a lot of pressure on you. You know what I mean? And I just think that what it means is the team reveal video, rather than the team reveal video being half an hour. You know, we will still stick to the time of starting an hour and 15 minutes, about an hour and a half before the game. But that video can then run for an hour. So from what I'm taking away from the watch along, and the thing is the team news videos, the team reveal videos get way more views than the watch alongs. So for me to increase that video, the length and time that I could put into that video, and then watch the game and then jump on at halftime, I just think that it gives us all a bit of a breather, and my throat more than anything. But anyway, I tune in to all your watch alongs, except Celtic. I need my phone, put the game on, the television. Yeah. C.R. Smith, back in the day, innit? Look at that. It's a proper old sponsored top, eh? Mad company for Dunfermline. Just do the pre-match, half-time and post-match. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to keep with the team reveal, and then just run the team reveal for longer. So that'll be the sort of the pre-match game, and then it gives us, especially with the pre-match, I tend to, once the team's out and we talk about the players and stuff, I tend to then think I need to get off because I need to get something I need to grab a bit of scran before the watch along. So then there's a 20, sometimes 30 minute gap before I come on and do the watch along again. So what it will do is it'll enjoy me to sit down and watch the I just noticed I'm quite, there we go. The table up a bit. So yeah, it's. I just feel that it's always good. I've always kept every decision that's went on the channel over the years. I mean, I still remember the decision when I put it out there, the big announcement that that Joanna Lumley was no longer going to be the presenter. That was a big move. That was a big move. So yeah. Pre-half-time, full-time, plenty buzz. We just missed your reactions. Yeah, there will be watch-alongs for the big games. You know, there will be watch-alongs for the Champions League games. There'll be watch-alongs for the Sevco games. There'll be watch-alongs for the Hearts games. I'm not going to cut them out altogether. You know, there is some. You know, it's interesting because when you look at this, when you go into a YouTube studio, and then you segment just the watch along videos, and then you see the views that they get, and you're thinking, okay, that's not bad. It's good. You know, you're getting between 8,000 and 10,000 per video. But then when you look how long people are actually watching them, and yes, people then come back and watch the videos and then they skip through it because they know that the goal happened at this minute, so they skip through the video and then they try and watch the reactions, which is fine, and I love that. But I just feel that going through the next season, there's going to be a lot of football again that I want to sit down and watch, and it's kind of hard to watch the game and then read the comments, and especially when you've got people thinking and saying, mate, you're about 20 seconds behind, for fuck's sake, man. And then you get a bunch of people commenting saying, "Hey, I'm behind, I'm in front." But anyway, you had to breathe there, Baz. Yes, I did. Baz, I think of all the pods, One Celtic Fans views probably the most entertaining because you're a bit mental. Lol. I'm just the same in real life, mate. And I don't try. I'm not a journalist. I've always said this is not a journal channel. It's a fan channel. I have never been trained as a journalist and I've never wanted to be a journalist. I've done marketing all my days and I've run my own businesses. That's it. This channel was never meant to be. If you look back at the early, but everybody that knows the channel from years ago, 2020 was it was fucking shite, wasn't it? I mean, we were all going to the games in January, February, gets to March, and then the games get cut short. I was doing vlogs at games, although I wasn't speaking and I didn't have my face on camera. I might have been doing that on a weekly basis if things had been different. And more than likely I would have. I'd have been at the game every single week and doing videos from the game and then putting out the video just the exact same way that I was doing. But it might have progressed. I don't know. We don't know. You never know. But anyway, the channel is doing fantastic. The subscribers have taken a massive jump again today. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. Yeah, Kev, that's what I mean. It's you just keep on talking for like an hour and nearly 2 hours. There's nobody here to like take the heat off you and just so that I could sit and listen to somebody else. But then it wouldn't be the One Celtic Fans view if that happened, would it? It would be the the Two Celtic Fans view, and that's not happening anytime soon. So I'll give you an update on the subscriber count because I asked people to subscribe this morning. When we look at that, we went to 27,506. I am trying to get to 28,000 before the end of the transfer window, which is a month tomorrow. So can we get to 28,000 by a month tomorrow? And that would be absolutely fantastic if we can. But what it does mean going forward, because there won't be the watch-alongs, I will revert back to the 3 videos a day. So if you remember a couple of years ago, I would do a morning video, I would do an afternoon update video, and then I would do the live. The lives at night are not going to be at 8 o'clock at night. I think that, especially with some football on, I'm going to keep the evening ones at around about 6:30. So the evening one will be at 6:30 every evening. So you're going to get your morning live at 8:30 every morning. You're going to get an afternoon live in the afternoon, and then you'll get the 6:30, which will be the big hour-long show where we'll be taking as much comments as we can, like I do every single game. And we've just had some other people subscribe. I love seeing that number go up. It's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that is the big news for the channel. It's nothing Celtic wise, and it's just I like to keep everybody involved because let's face it, yous are my Celtic family. Hard to line up the time of the TV, your system in the chat. It's all too just right. Yeah, it is, and I think that having took that into consideration over the summer, as a couple of super chats just came in. Thank you for them. I'll get to them in just a second. When you take all that into consideration, I actually prefer this lineup because when I get a super chat, I can get the super chat up on the screen. And this is fantastic because the system last year that I was paying good money for, I couldn't do that. I've managed to write a load of code myself with the help of some friends, and we've got an absolutely fantastic system, and we've got some fantastic subscribers on this channel. Jesus, coming in from Chicago. John is a fantastic guy. He watches the channel. He doesn't say too much on the channel, but he's just dropped a big $100 to help with the overheads. The overheads there's the subscriptions that I pay for the software that I'm using. I'm trying to get away from that software and go through a free system, but the free system, I'll then reinvest the money from that I was taking from the software to put into other stuff that needs to have payments for APIs so that I can bring up live data. And I think that's the way forward. And thank you, John, so much for that. That's more the way forward is being able to do videos. I mean, if you remember the past transfer windows, we brought up data of players, so we could look at players and look at how many goals they scored, and rather than going on to Transfermarkt. But it's all work in progress, and it takes a bloody long time to do anything. But anyway, the nuts of the story is that I was the software that I wanted to use, the company I wanted to use, wanted $300 a month, and I was like, nah, that's not worth it, mate. I don't know. But it is what it is, as they say. Big shout out to John coming in. Thank you for that, mate. Seriously, it means a lot. Right, I'm going to jump in and try and get as many comments. Gus Simmons is just coming up with a super chat as well. Anyone know who's going to provide Casper and Duran anything forward balls with McGregor in the team? Liam's just arrived. He was late, but it's cool. Just you need to watch it again, mate. Less watch alongs, more daily videos, Liam. I'm not going to be doing the full watch alongs because the data. It's interesting because I go through the channel data every day, but then when I dived down into the segment videos, so the watch alongs. And I got all the data from the watch-alongs, and it was an eye-opener. And then I did the exact same thing for the team reveal videos, and they videos get thousands upon thousands of views more than the actual watch-alongs, which was bizarre. But I get it, because people are going to the games, people are going to the pub to watch the football, people are sitting in house watching the football. They're not necessarily going to watch the watch-along. And it's just all about, I know that there's Celtic fans all over the world and there's a massive audience, etc, etc, etc. But when you put it in comparison, trying to do a watch along for Scottish football compared to, and I know we shouldn't do it, but compared to English football, you've got English channels. And the reason that I'm saying this is because the software that I was using is used by about half, on the company website, they've got all the big English channels that use the software. And I was like, Jesus, I don't know, that is a way that I'd like to take the channel, but there's other ways that I can do it. So that's the way that we're going. Creative Dudebaz, most of us are thinking coding stuff. It's way above our heads. Appreciate the work. Yeah, I used to build websites and everything in my past life as well. So I understand. And the thing is, do you want to know an interesting fact about me that not a lot of people know? Not a lot of people know. I was actually, in 2020, I'd actually signed up for Code Academy in Edinburgh. And I was going to do an intensive 6 months course with them to hone my coding skills so that I could build apps and stuff. Now, Jesus, you've got AI and stuff that can do it all for you. You've got, it's so much easier. So much easier. And that my life could have been so much different. I'd have been sitting just building apps and stuff, and building the Celtic app, stuff like that I wanted to build. But it didn't happen because of COVID, and I wasn't going to pump out the thousands and thousands of pounds to retrain my grand old age that I was. So yeah, that's just an interesting bit of information, how my life took a crazy deviation from what I had planned in 2020. And here I find myself having the best job in the world. It is. This channel is the best thing ever. Trust me. Anyway, moving on. Let's watch alongs and stuff. So there. Let the Huns go. Let the Huns go. You're doing excellent work. Thank you. Celtic need better wingers. Yes, they do that. You took a deep dive into those figures. Yes. So I took a deep dive into the figures. Yes. Something Celtic need to do. Take a deep dive into the figures. Just to say the least. And there's a couple of other super chats have came in. Danny Cassie and Ronnie, thank you for that. Baz, can you do an audience karaoke? Can I do an audience karaoke? What get yous up singing? Why would I want to do an audience karaoke? Just got Tam says, as I was pissing myself laughing at your reaction to the sausage roll and tatty scone. Do you know what I had for lunch? Some fucking salad that had. I don't know what it was, but she said it was all healthy and stuff. And I'm thinking, just a wee square sausage. Square sausage, tatty scone, black pudding, egg roll. If I'm feeling like a total rebel, stick a bit of bacon on it, and even a bit of cheese. Anyway, right, that's me kind of caught up, and that's the real reason of doing this video tonight. It's nothing really to do with Celtic. It's all about the fact that I really just want to... God, you're all going mad tonight. I just wanted to give you an update on the year ahead, and it's going to be more content, if anything. So we were going to... The buts that's... But there is censorship on here. Sligo boy, there's no censorship on here. If there's censorship, it's because of what you're saying that Google doesn't like. I've got all the settings switched way down because I ban all the zombies. And on the channel there's about 3 keywords that you can't type in. I'm not going to tell you them though. Paul says, sing with the Rebs. Sing with the Rebs. Could do. But Baz, it's your business. You have to do what's right for you. No point doing a channel if it's going to run at a loss. We enjoy the content. Mornings always have the One Celtic fans view. Man needs meat in his dinners. And it had fish. It had fish. So two types of fish, which was can you not use cheaper software and see how it goes? I am. That's what this is. I made the changes. I made the changes last week. Remember, I was having issues with the microphone. Ultimately, it was the software that I was using. The paid software wasn't agreeing with stuff, so I am using a cheaper alternative, and it's doing fantastic. People comment supporting tonight. I love it. Yes, so do I. I am. Joseph Davison, Baz, you do a great job. He's going to make me greet, man. Calm down. When you're back in Scotland, I'll take you a black pudding and sausage. When you get back, it's not as easy. You've got to have a suitcase because I can't put it in my bag, and I never travel with a suitcase. So unless you know anybody that's flying into Malaga with a suitcase, Save Gorge. Anyway, yeah, unless you know anybody that's flying into Malaga with a suitcase, feel free to bring me some square sausage and some black pudding, some Stornoway black pudding. It'll be absolutely fantastic. I'm now going to get loads of people going, mate, I'm flying into Malaga on this day. I'll meet you at the airport. I no bother. Contraband getting lifted at the airport for picking up square sausage and black pudding. Free the No, don't say that. Free the square sausage one. Free the square sausage one. Anyway, thank you to everybody who has donated to the channel tonight. You've all gone absolutely mental. There's Gus. We love you, the best channel on YouTube. And it's not the best channel. Come on, there are a lot bigger channels. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. Don't know. I see the viewing figures of other channels. Don't know. I do watch sometimes. Don't watch a lot of Celtic content. I know that. Everybody knows that because I'm too busy. And seriously, I'm too busy because if I'm doing this, usually, I mean, the missus is like, oh, you're going live. Yeah, it'll be half an hour. And she's like, it's never just half an hour. It's not half an hour. You take 45 minutes before the fucking go live. You piss about doing what? Exactly, she says. And then she comes in and makes me a coffee. And if I'm up too early and it's but anyway, it is what it is. It is a fantastic job, and I am so honoured that I get to do this shit every single day. John's just come up. Keep the channel going while working from home. Cheer bars. This is pirates. The quality of the channel, you have good viewers. Yes. Joseph, meet up in October. Yes, mate, do that. Free the sausage smugglers. Remember the Smugglers Inn down in Burnt Island? That used to be a cracking pub for stuff back in the day. Baz, you speaks for the heart, so me. Thank you, Kev. Thank you. Lot of love. The Hoops are officially back tomorrow. Yes, they are. Bigger channels, but better communities. Communities, not a chance. And that's what this is. That is exactly what this is. I wanted to build... When I called it... The channel never used to be One Celtic Fan's View. My earlier videos that all went out before I started going to the games and stuff, it was Barry L668. Don't know, it was the generic YouTube name for the channel. I had no concept of naming the channel, and I was just putting out videos of early Green Brigade stuff and tifos at Celtic Park and everything way back in 2013, 14, 15 and stuff. And when I come up with what am I going to do with the channel after, I mean, I thought I was still going to, when I moved, I'll be honest, if COVID never went on for so long, I still had my season ticket for 2 years. I give it to my brother now. I was going to still fly home for games. But it never happened. So I thought, let's get a channel where there was other YouTubers out there at the time and podcasts and stuff. And I didn't want to do, I'll be honest, I don't want to just look like all the other channels. I mean, I could use StreamYard, for instance, a paid software that all the other channels use. Everyone uses StreamYard. They all look the same. And I'd never wanted this channel to just be another generic Celtic channel. I wanted it to look different. I wanted to have a community. And that's when I come up with the name, The One Celtic Fan's View. Because it's just one fan's view. And then if I can get other fans involved and get as many comments up on the screen as possible, I thought you've got a chance of building something special. And that's all I ever wanted to do. Don't know, just build a nice little community and then try and involve as many people as I can. Anyway, could you not do a live karaoke for the Tokyo CSC? No. My dad was the singer. Oh, that's the thing. Oh, Christ, after my dad's CD from the 1990s when he worked in Tenerife, he's wanting me to get it uploaded online for him. Bigger channels doesn't always mean that they are any better. Many of them have sponsored by mainstream media, says Paul. Exactly, Paul. And we know the channels in question, and we know that the channels are sponsored by mainstream media, and they work for mainstream media. That's what it is. YouTube has been infiltrated by the mainstream media because this is where the people are now. This is where, it used to be forums back in the day. We'd all sit online. what are you doing on that Kerrydale suite? And you know, you on all these crazy forums that we had back in the day. But you know, it is what it is. Baz, an award-winning Square Sausage Butcher, as your sponsor. No, because then the channel would be nicknamed the Square Sausage One. Maybe a bad idea. The sausage jokes would come in, just flying in. Bigger channels get different viewers every day. Well, this is true. I'd done it my way. Did do that. Thank you for the super chat. Did I get that one as well? There's Darren coming in with the super chat. Love your streaming. I didn't do this tonight. Just to this wasn't a begging bowl video tonight. It was never meant to be that. You know, I thank you for all the super chats. I absolutely love them. But it was just an update on what has happened over the summer, because you would have all seen that these graphics have all changed. This graphics changed. These are all changed, and everything else. It was costing quite a bit of money every month, and I thought it's worth it, but it's not worth it, if you know what I mean, because the correlation to the cost is really the watch along. But anyway, it is what it is. We are going on to bigger and better things. We will be doing 3 lives a day. We will be going, excuse me, we'll be live at 8:30 in the morning, as always. The original breakfast crew. Yes, you remember back in the day we started the breakfast Celtic news with a computer voice that sounded very like Joanna Lumley, and everybody was like, ah, she actually sounds sexy. Folk were getting a bit attached to the computerized Joanna Lumley voice, and the comments the comments on the channel that back then were, well, a little bit creepy. I'll be honest. And folk getting turned on by a computerized voice. Then the Celtic news, it was madness, but it was fun. It was fun. And it was, and this was before AI was a thing. You've got to remember, the AI, there was no ChatGPT, and there was none of these platforms about back then. But anyway, it is what it is. This is made Celtic Podcast. I watched. Thank you, Danny Cassie. You're one of the biggest backers of this channel, Danny. You comment every day, and it doesn't go unnoticed what you do. I can't think of another channel that I get good weather rubbed in my face. Isn't it? If there was at one point, I was actually thinking about just doing it with but the sun would be in the wrong way, so the sun would be coming in the back of me, and it wouldn't be a good look. So with the palm trees in the background. So, but anyway, thank you to everyone. Watch you because you're real, none of this fake shite. I don't think that other channels are fake shite. Come on, they just have a way that they want to come over. You know, they've got a way that they want to speak, and you know, everyone's got an agenda that has a Celtic channel or has a sports channel. They've all got an agenda that they want to achieve something. Mine is just to be able to talk about Celtic every day. It's something that keeps me connected to back home. Anyway, exactly, and the One Sausage Van's View. No, somebody's going to start a channel called that now. Somebody will register a channel and go, the One Sausage Fan's View. Oh man, honestly, just getting me quite. Anyway, thank you for all the support tonight, and thank you for all the support over the last couple of years, and thank you for all the support going forward. I always thought about getting off on Joanna Lumley's chimney. Brilliant channel, Baz, even though you taught my daughter the C word watching it. Listen, it's we could all speak proper and stuff, and the missus gives me a world. She gives me jippers. You need to stop swearing. Anyway, yes, every channel has its own agenda. That channel already exists. Oh my god, the one sliced sausage. Jesus God, oh, it's all mental. Anyway, they have an impersonal way of coming across. You don't. I suppose if you're trying to, I don't put on a persona, and I think that's it's maybe the downfall of the channel. Sometimes you have some people that are more intellectually intelligent that went to school and went to 6 year. I got chucked out of school at 15 and a half. I got told not to come back, but I went on and achieved quite a lot in my life. And I don't hide that. You know, it is what it is. I remember one exam, I was just, but anyway, it is what it is. We all have life stories, and I'm pretty much the same on here as I am in real life. You know, this isn't a one Celtic fans view persona that I just act out. It maybe exaggerates it slightly with the watch alongs, but not really. It is what it is. You know, and I love it. I love it. I love to be able to do this. And the fact is my mum and dad watch it as well. So anyway, right, I am going. Can I request one thing? If your lives at Rangers get pumped so we can watch the meltdowns. Yes. No, I've said that. The lives will still happen on big games. So Champions League game coming up, we'll be doing live for that. The Champions League games, we'll do lives for them. The watch-alongs will stop for the average games on a weekly basis. That's it. God. Now I've got that off my chest. The one sliced sausage view. Stuart Sausage Channel. It's why I'm just a site labourer. Mate, nothing wrong with being a site labourer. I was a brickies labourer back in the day. I've had some jobs. You know what I mean? I even worked in a food factory. Did one of the veg factories so that was the thing back in the day when you got the dough, when you got sacked, you just went and taken any job. Youngsters today, they're like, I'm not doing that job. Don't know. I went and been a forklift driver in a veg factory because I was because you were skint. Anyway, it is what it is. Start doing a membership. There is a membership on the channel. People, I don't push it because I don't feel that it's there on the channel. If people want to be pay the membership, they can. A lot of people have a dig at you when you got a membership fee. When you're just a fucking conmass and getting paid to fucking talk about fucking Celtic. We're going to tell that to the fucking journals that you fucking watch that work for this group and that paper that do the exact same. Get it right up here. Anyway, right. That's me done and dusted for this, and I'm going to wait because I want to get it to the 4,000 view mark. We're sitting at 3,000. Why did we just lose internet? We are still live, aren't we? Yeah, we are. We are sitting at 3,936 views for this live, and that's what it loves. Liam worked in a bacon factory. Baz worked in a sliced sausage factory. Kettle Produce, yes it was, mate. Willie, I worked in Kettle Produce, the forklift driver, and then quality control right at the beginning. So I would sit in this wee office, and when all the veg come in, you would tug it, and then I used to have to go up to the likes of Marks and Spencer's. You used to have to go up to the Food Standards Agency up in Dundee, and I remember my boss's car was a Golf GTI. They unleashed a Mark II Golf GTI on a 21-year-old for Fife. Needless to say, that got rattled going up and down to Dundee and Perth. But anyway, thank you to everyone who has donated to the channel tonight. I didn't do this to get donations to the channel. I just wanted to update everyone on the way forward and the lack of lives. I was going to do a live today, but on the other channel, but this is the channel that I need to put the most work into. And I thought if I'm going to dilute myself, by doing watch longs every night on other channels is going to take away from this. And I don't want to take away from this. I want to grow this. You know, I want this to be a place where people can come and feel safe to comment about Celtic, where there's no bullying, and you know, we can all have a good moan, a good bitch, and all the rest of it. But at the end of the day, thank you to everyone. And it's going to be a fantastic season, because we're going to be doing trebles every day. Bring on the trebles. Anyway, I make holes for donuts and polos, says Gavboy. You could create your own bot with Claude to scrape the live data instead of paying for API sites. I'll be honest, that's how I used AI to help build some of the code for this. You still need some of the paid sites to get in some of the data, but no, pass these details over to me. The Fozzies won Celtic Kittens. Yeah, we'll just do a channel for them. Have you heard about the Spanish team for KT? Yeah, I read about that, but I don't think it will happen because yeah, it's the Basders football channel. It's got 2,000 viewers, and I don't do a lot on it. I did some watch-alongs over the summer, and I'll be honest, the views were shite. Absolutely shite. Anyway, I work for a slaughterhouse. Now we're getting all your past jobs. Anyway, thank you, Jim. You've got the last comment this evening. I like this new look that we've got for the channel. Anyway, thank you to everyone from the bottom of my heart that paid super chats tonight. I didn't come on here to do that. And I'll see you all in the morning at the start of a new season, because tomorrow we've got the 8:30 video. We've then got 11 o'clock video when the Europe 11 o'clock in the morning, not 5 o'clock at night. I don't know why I had 5 o'clock at night in my head. It's 11 o'clock in the morning for who we will play in the Champions League qualifier. We'll be doing that live, and then we'll be live later on in the afternoon, and then be live later on at night as well. This is where we go into overdrive. Have an absolutely fantastic night. All you Celtic fans,